2016. China declares support for Nigeria, opposes Trump's military threat. NRS denies Senator Natasha's allegation, says her passport was not seized. On the foreign scene, Ivory Coast Constitutional Council confirms President Ouattara's re-election. Good evening. This is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. I am Femi Ojo. The Oyo State High Court sitting in Ibadan has cleared the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to proceed with its scheduled elective national convention on November 15 and 16, 2025. In a ruling delivered by Justice A.L. Akintola, the court granted an interim order allowing the party to hold the convention as planned in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The court also directed the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to attend, monitor, and observe the exercise pending the hearing and determination of the substantive motion on notice. The ruling followed an ex parte application filed by Folarin Adelabi against the PDP. Its acting national chairman, Umar Damagum, Governor Umar Fintiri, represented the National Convention Organizing Committee and INEC. The claimant had urged the court to restrain the defendant from truncating, frustrating, or disrupting the timetable guidelines and schedule of activities leading to the convention. Justice Akintola further adjourned the hearing of the motion on notice for interlocutory injunction to November 10, 2025. And staying with the court, Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court has given the leader of the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, until November 5 to defend the alleged terrorism charges against him or waive his right to do so. Justice Omotosho said this after Kanu failed for the fourth day to enter his defense after the prosecution closed his case and the court overruled his no-case submission. Justice Omotosho said should Kanu fail to open his defense on November 5, he would be deemed to have waived his right to do so. The court had on October 27 adjourned till November 4 for Kanu to either file his final written address or open his defense. At the day's proceedings, Kanu, who is conducting his case by himself, said he has not filed any final written address as ordered by the court but filed a motion and a supporting affidavit. Kanu said he will not enter defense as he was convinced that there is no valid charge known to any extant law that is pending against him. Justice Omotosho proceeded to adjourn to November 5 for the defendant to either enter his defense or be deemed to have waived his right. In the meantime, the Lagos State Special Offences Court sitting in Ikeja has ruled that a prima facie case has been established against Nigerian social media personality Ismaila Mustafa, popularly known as Monfa, and another defendant in their ongoing fraud trial. According to a post on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's EFCC official X account, the court dismissed the defendant's no-case submission, stated that there is sufficient evidence to require them to enter her defense. The EFCC is prosecuting Monfa and his company, Ismalob Global Investment Limited, over alleged money laundering and operating an unlicensed bureau de change. The presiding judge, Justice Mojisola Dada, subsequently adjourned the matter to January 27 and 28, 2026 for continuation of the hearing. Monfa's case has been ongoing for years with multiple legal developments. The EFCC had initially accused him of laundering about 32.9 billion naira before later filing an 8-count charge involving approximately 6 billion naira. In another development, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, has said the Nigerian Constitution does not allow religious persecution. Tuga's comment comes in the wake of U.S. President Donald Trump's threat of military intervention over the killing of Christians in Nigeria. Speaking at a press conference in Berlin, Germany today, Tuga said it was impossible for there to be a religious persecution that can be supported in any way or form by the government of Nigeria. Trump had on social media over the weekend said he had asked the Pentagon to map out a possible plan of attack because they are killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. But Togo said Nigeria has a constitutional commitment to religious freedom and rule of law. Africa's most populous country, which is roughly evenly split between a mostly Christian South and Muslim majority North, is home to myriad conflict, which has killed and displaced both Christians and Muslims, often without distinction. But claims of Christian persecution in Nigeria have found traction online among the US and European right in recent months. The foreign minister further warned against any attempt to divide Nigeria along religious lines as he drew parallels with Sudan.
What we've done is we've articulated what our constitution says about religious freedom, what our federal laws say about religious freedom, and no, not this, it's inside, no, this. Nigeria's constitutional commitment to religious freedom and rule of law. All the answers are in there. And this is what guides us. And this is what shows that it's impossible for there to be a religious persecution that can be supported in any way, shape, or form by the government of Nigeria at any level, be it federal, be it regional, be it local. It's impossible. And our laws are there, and all the answers lie in this. And what we are trying to make the world understand is that we should not create another Sudan. Nigeria has a population of 230 billion souls. It's the largest democracy on the African continent. It's the largest country on the continent. We've seen what has happened with Sudan, with agitations for the partitioning of Sudan based on religion, based on tribal sentiments, and you can see the crisis. Even when the partitioning was done according to religion or according to tribe, we're today talking about how to resolve crisis, not only in Sudan, northern Sudan, but also in southern Sudan. So it's important. And who gets left behind to work towards resolving such problems? It's us. It's the African countries.
Meanwhile, China has called on the international community to respect Nigeria's sovereignty following the threat of military action from the United States. The Chinese government reaffirmed its support for President Bola Tinubu's administration, praising Nigeria for pursuing a development path that reflects the country's unique national realities. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning made the remarks when she chaired a regular press conference. The Chinese embassy in Nigeria confirmed in a post on X. Mao Ning said, as a comprehensive strategic partner of Nigeria, China firmly supports the Nigerian government in leading its people to a development path that fits Nigeria's national realities. The Chinese government maintained that issues of religion and human rights should not be used as excuses for external interference in sovereign nations. In an explosive post on his Truth Social platform on Saturday, Trump said he had asked the Pentagon to map out a possible plan of attack in Nigeria one day after warning that Christianity was facing an existential threat in Africa's most populous nation. Moving on, the Nigerian Immigration Service has denied the allegation of the senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Potudwaha, that its officers withheld her passport at the airport. The immigration spokesperson Akinshola Akilabi, speaking to newsmen shortly after the Kogi senator alleged an attempt to block her from traveling, that incident was part of the routine immigration procedures. The NI spokesperson said its operatives did not seize the lawmaker's passport, but rather she went through routine immigration checks and was allowed to travel. Speaking further, Akilabi clarified that officers were only performing their statutory duties, adding that she has been since allowed to travel. The NI spokesperson noted that the senator made her video during the routine process but did not post an update after being cleared to fly. Earlier, Senator Natasha, during a live broadcast on her Facebook page this morning, alleged that immigration officials at the airport prevented her from traveling abroad.
Having completed my celebration of my second year in office, I decided to take a week off. So I'm at the airport here, and my passport is being withheld again. The same thing happened last time where my passport was seized. I have committed no offense, and there is no order from the court to withhold my passport and deny me traveling. The last time this happened, the officer in charge told us that the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, instructed them to withhold my passport and prevent me from traveling because he said each time I travel out of the country, I smear the country's image by granting interviews out in international media. Please, can you tell them to release my passport and this embarrassment should stop? You have no right to withhold my passport. You have no right to deny me exit and entrance into my country. I have not committed any offense, and this must stop. Sorry. No, this must stop. As a matter of fact, I think I have to sue you for continuously embarrassing me. Sorry. No, don't tell me sorry. Can I please have my passport? You can't keep doing this to me all the time.
And in the National Assembly, the House of Representatives this afternoon experienced a rowdy session following the motion on the alleged illegal and criminal allocation of the federal government's lands at the International Trade Fair Complex in Lagos. The motion, sponsored by Representative Honorable Ademori Kuyer, proposed that an investigation be carried out by an ad hoc committee. However, several members opposed the proposal, insisting that the Standing Committee on Commons, under whose purview the motion falls, should handle it. Following a vote on the motion, the Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, was presiding, ruled against it. Several members continued to express their anger and consistently voted against subsequent motions. It was later learned that the agitation from members was in protest against non-payment of indigenous contractors. Lawmakers had insisted that there will be no sitting until the contractors are paid, repeatedly shouting down any member who attempts to present one. Efforts to calm the members so far proven unsuccessful. The Deputy Speaker subsequently called for an executive session.
Move your motion, you are protected. Sit down. Move your motion. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Honorable members. Honorable members, I think there is something bothering you want to discuss. So I will ask that the chief will move that will enter into executive section.
And in the Red Chamber, the Senate has resolved to establish an ad hoc committee to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the persistent derailment of the country's rail lines. The probe, which will include a public hearing, aims to uncover the root causes of recurring derailment and assess the condition of rail infrastructure as well as the imported materials used in the sector. According to the resolution, the ad hoc committee, to be chaired by Senator Adams Oshomale, will also investigate loans received from China. The committee has 6 weeks to complete its findings and present a detailed report to the Senate. Additionally, lawmakers have directed the Nigerian Railway Corporation to immediately address the technical faults responsible for recent derailment and ensure that the rail system is restored to full operational capacity.
So, in our own case, talking and talking and talking will not solve the problem. We have to get to the root of how much was borrowed for these rail lines, how much was spent on this rail line, who were the people who handled the contract of installation, and how come there was no warranty, who are those purchasing or paying for the repairs And how can you finish a red line, commission it, and in 3 months there is derailment, or it stops midway? And then some of them 5 days, it stops midway, and all that. Senator Babangida, you've been a permanent secretary in, was it Ministry of Works or FCT? Works and Housing. So if you were among those culpable in this, we have to find we have to do something about it. Lend your voice. Just do what I'm talking about this having an opportunity to investigate and find out how much was borrowed, how much was expended, and we cannot continue to pay money on something we have never used, something that is costing lives, and then most of our very heavy items ought to move through rail in order to save the traction on the roads and also save the roads that we are constructing. But that is...
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has written to the Senate requesting the screening and confirmation of Dr. Kingsley Tochukwu Ude, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN from Enugu State, as a Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The letter conveying the President's request was read on the floor of the Senate by Senate President Godswill Akpabio during today's plenary. Following the announcement, Senator Akpabio referred the nomination to the Committee of the Whole for further consideration and subsequent screening. The development follows the resignation of former Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology Uche Naji from President Tinubu's government. Naji, who was the only minister from Enugu State in the Tinubu administration, resigned last month over controversy trailing his certificate said to be obtained from the University of Nigeria Nsukka, Enugu State, as well as the National Youth Service Corps NYSA discharge certificate. And here in Oshun, the call for a technological revolution in Nigeria's agricultural sector was renewed today at the National Food Summit 2.0 organized by Eternity Stone Group in Osogbo, the state capital. Stakeholders and government officials at the summit emphasized that achieving food surplus is dependent on innovation, mechanization, and empowering the youth. Toby Sanusi completes the story.
The summit, with the theme Achieving Food Surplus Through Innovation, Mechanization and Youth Empowerment, brought together key figures and stakeholders from the agricultural sector. Declaring it open, the Senior Special Assistant on Nomadic Affairs, Maruf Adebisi, representing the Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke, sets the tone by stating that agriculture must no longer be seen as a profession of last resort, stressing the critical need to integrate technology, automation, and agribusiness education into the nation's agricultural policies, while the governor's wife, Ngozi Adeleke, represented by the wife of the Commissioner for Transportation, Folashade Oyedele, also emphasized that technology and mechanized system must be embraced to reduce the physical burden on farmers.
In a country blessed with fertile land and vibrant youth, hunger should have no place. What we need are deliberate actions, strategic investments, and innovative solutions that make agriculture not only productive, but also attractive to the younger generation and less stressful.
To achieve this, we must embrace technology, mechanized systems, and innovation-driving agriculture that multiply productivities and reduce the burden on our farmers.
Also speaking at the event, Bimbola Daniel, representing former Osun State Governor Rauf Aregbesola, highlighted the need for rapid agricultural industrialization starting from rural areas, while urging the convener to recognize and effectively engage the audience, especially farmers.
People follow where the money is. Right now, they do not see it in agric, at least doing primary farming. So what shall we say? Let government make sure that money flows into agric to those who are ready to bend down and do the work.
The summit also doubles as the unveiling of Eternity Stone Group Fabrication Facility located at the Industrial Development Center, IDC Osogbo. Earlier during the summit, the convener and CEO of Eternity Stone Group, Bolaji Jegede, took participants on a facility tour showcasing agro-allied machinery, processing equipment, and other technology solutions. While speaking, Mr. Jegede revealed that the facility, owned by the federal government, which had been dormant since the 1970s, experienced overhauling and revamping as a result of the Eternity Stone Group's collaboration with Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN. He also noted that having been overhauled, the facility is now operational with an array of machine tools that can assemble products like cassava pressing machine, grinding machine, wheelbarrow, gas cooker stoves, tractors, among others.
I feel that this summit is very important to look at all the problems that we have in the agricultural value chain and provide solutions to them. In that facility, which you have joined us to see, we have equipment, all manner of fabrication equipment there. We're able to fabricate almost anything across all industries. Not only are we going to be fabricating agricultural equipment in that facility, we are able to cater to the oil and gas industry. We're able to cater also to pharmaceuticals, all industries at all. So out of that facility that you have seen there, will be coming out all kinds of equipment that the farmers will be needing in Nigeria. Also actually including our tractor assembly plant, which is going to be starting next year, somewhere in Ede.
Mr. Jegede also called for collaboration from stakeholders while emphasizing the need for mechanizing the agricultural sector to boost local manufacturing.
It is my hope that by the year 2035, Nigeria can be self-sufficient and a net exporter of food to all over the world. The array of equipment we have here is second to none, and we believe that this will bring about development not just in the agricultural sector, but indeed all other sectors in Nigeria.
The representative of SMEDAN Director General, Mr. Eson, says the agency will continue to support businesses to promote food security in Nigeria.
Already the setup that has been put up with this summit has a high level of collaboration with SMEDAN, and SMEDAN as an agency will continue to work with other stakeholder agencies, other BMOs and the general public to give this kind of summit and its initiatives the desired visibility.
The three-day event, which continues tomorrow, served as a platform to showcase local manufacturing capacity and align stakeholders on the path towards national food security. Toby Sanusi, Western Spring Television News.
And still to come, Nigerian army kills 19 bandits. In Kano clash, troops among dead. We'll bring you more on these when we return. Please stay with us.
Kiriji War, also known as Ekiti-Parapa War, was waged among Yoruba main ethnic groups which emerged from the ruins of the falling Oyo Empire that were desperate to replace the awesome powers hitherto wielded by the Alaafin of Oyo. The Kiriji War is defined as a conflict of confederacy and unitary political system championed by Yorubas of different socio-economic and political interests. The Ibadan military aristocrats felt